Hi everyone, and welcome back to Within a Budget. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Paula, and today I've got our meals of the week to share with you. There's been a lot of using up leftover chicken this week, so I'm sorry that there's a lot of chicken meals in here. But yeah, I say if we have it, we're not going to waste it. Definitely make sure it's used. So Monday was just a chicken roast. On Tuesday, we tried this chicken gnocchi pot pie for the first time. We've never actually had gnocchi before, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So yeah, I'm just going to take you through and I'll show you how I made this. So to start with, I just melted a really large, as you can see, knob of butter. I chopped up 3 carrots, 1 onion, and sliced a good amount of mushrooms. But I only cooked the carrots and onions first on their own in the butter, just to sort of soften them up a little bit, because obviously mushrooms cook quite fast. So once I felt like these were at the right sort of stage, then I added the mushrooms in. Yeah, I just gave all of this a good mix together. I just made sure that everything was sort of coated in the butter. Then I seasoned it with just some salt and pepper, and again gave it a really good mix because I wanted this to all be over everything, the salt and pepper that is, and just make sure that it was all sort of cooking evenly and that it was all evenly seasoned. There's a fair bit of stir in here, sorry, maybe I should have cut this bit out. So next I added 1 teaspoon of this minced garlic. I don't ever tend to use fresh garlic. I always use this one. It's just something that lives in the fridge and I've always got it to hand, and I say we go through it really fast. I added 3 tablespoons of plain flour and just kind of sprinkled this all over, and then you have to just mix and stir and make sure that this is completely cooked off. I do always tend to look at the meal at this point and panic that I'm doing something wrong, because as you can see, it just all sort of dries out and doesn't look very nice. But this is all part of the process, so just trust it and I say you'll be absolutely fine. So once you can't see the flour anymore and it's all cooked off, and I say you don't want to taste it, you would gradually add 2 cups of chicken stock. You have to add this really slowly and gradually. The whole filming of just adding the chicken stock came to like 2 minutes. So obviously I've not kept all of that in for you to have to see. But yeah, it is a slow process. You don't want to rush it because obviously this is where your sauce is coming from. So yeah, just take your time if you are going to try it, and yeah, it will definitely come to. So just a little bit and often, give it a good stir, and as you can see, each time it thickens up in between, and that's when you know that you're ready to add more. So once all the chicken stock was in, then I added 1 cup of milk, and again I just did little and often and just gradually added this in, just making sure that it's stirred and completely mixed before you add some more. So once all of that was in there, then I just brought the dinner to sort of a simmer and just left it for a little bit just to thicken, and then I added the whole packet of this gnocchi in all at once. I think we used more than what the recipe actually called for, but you know what, it was really nice. There was 2 portions left over as well, so yeah, we had lots. So you leave the gnocchi to cook for 5 minutes before you add this chicken. This is all cooked. This is what we had left over. We actually brought this back from our Christmas meal last week that we had. This is Tuesday. We had the Christmas meal on Sunday, so don't panic, it's not that old. Yeah, so gave that a good mix, and then I added this pot of frozen peas. They weren't that frozen by the time that they got added. I say they've been sat on the side for like 20 minutes, but yeah, just that is literally it. You just leave it to cook so that the peas are softened, and that is your meal completely done. This is how it came out and how it was dished up. I do leave my mushrooms quite thickly sliced because I know that my son's going to pick them out, but this was delicious. On Wednesday, we had the leftover chicken tonight from our roast dinner on Monday. So I decided to make a coconut curry. This was just a recipe that I found on Pinterest, and I'll be honest, it was a little bit bland for us. There wasn't a huge amount of kick in it. I probably could have doubled the recipe ingredients, like the spices and things, and it still probably wouldn't have been as tasty as what we would have liked. But yeah, it was fine. Do you know what I mean? We had it on the table, we had it with some poppadoms, and we took in the mango chutney, and we put some coconut sprinklings on top. But yeah, I mean, it used up the chicken that we had and nothing went to waste. So yeah, perfectly fine for tonight. On Thursday, I just did a homemade spaghetti bolognese. We had this with one of the garlic breads that we got from our Aldi Too Good To Go bag. I just do a plate of grated cheese. But yeah, we actually had it with spaghetti this time, which is quite rare for us because we normally have it with sort of penne pasta or something like that. We did it when the children were younger, and it was just one of those things. It was so much easier for them to be able to stab it and eat it. Spaghetti is actually quite a hard thing for younger children to manage, and it's just kind of one of those things that have stuck, and I always do it with that now. So it was nice to have the spaghetti for a bit of a change. On Friday, the children are actually now broken up for the holidays. So we just did a pizza meal deal that I picked up from Marks and Spencer's. There was a meat feast type pizza and then a barbecue chicken one. We had some mozzarella sticks. These are the hamburger or beef burger spring rolls, and it comes with a burger sauce dip. And then I just had some like breaded chicken chunks in the freezer, so I put them in. This will be included in next week's grocery haul. I just didn't have time to get it on for last week's. And then we had some of the leftover party desserts that we had from Iceland. On Saturday, both children were out in the evening, so it was only myself and my husband that were having tea. And we'd actually had a bacon and egg sandwich in the daytime. So for the evening meal, we didn't actually want that much. So my husband tried the Rogan Josh curry that I got in my Aldi Too Good To Go bag. And that was perfectly fine. I say it heated up really well. And I myself had just a sausage, bean and cheese bake from Greg's. So that was all we had tonight for tea. And then finally on Sunday, we just had these breaded chicken steaks, chips and beans. So it was a really easy meal today. We have had quite a busy weekend, and I do notice that the meals have gradually got worse during this week. Yeah, not all home cooked, but it's not always gonna be. I say sometimes you just need a little bit of ease, and I'm okay with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it will give you some ideas. Yeah, if you feel like giving a like or subscribing, I'd love to have you here. You take care and have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye.